Well, I feel like we have a quorum now.
Want to just start?
Yeah, so you just take us away, Robin.
Okay, well, I have to jump off of what came after the last session because I got so inspired and I realized that everybody's so different the way they approach something, and something different always comes out. It's like it's a given. And these little literary devices like alliteration or rhyming or things like this are more potent in a haiku because there's much less space to put them in. So it's like putting a drop of peppermint oil in a thimble of water is going to smell like peppermint oil, and putting a drop of peppermint oil in a gallon of water is going to not smell like much. But you put this literary device in this tiny little poem, and it blows our minds.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So the first one I wanted to go, also, Rigel, from that theory thing, yes, the other day,
Yeah.
you started talking about how different keys had different feelings for you when you write in different keys.
Yeah.
And
I can't remember what I was saying. Was it different keys or different
in,
uh
in
what?
like writing in a C major uh, thing will give you a whole different feel like than writing in a like a different key.
Yeah.
The emotion is
Yeah.
different, right?
Like are we talking about the different key or the different like quality of the key? Like a C, we're writing in C major versus C minor?
Yeah, like the different quality of
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you were talking about that, and then that made so much sense because using these tiny different things, tiny um, like homeopathic little moments in
Mm.
a
Oh, I love
key,
that. Sorry.
um, that they actually create stronger feelings.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go off of Rigel's haiku that he wrote after our class, which was green blanket whispers, barefoot picnic under branches, silence calls. And he did a couple things in here. One was the sound of the S in whispers, silence, calls. It's so smooth. And but then he talks about a whisper and then silence. And the silence still has a voice in his haiku. So he put the sound, the sibilant sound of S, which is a really beautiful sound, which
Mm.
I have trouble with because I have a tiny little lisp,
Mhm.
and I've learned to embrace that and love that. So I love the S's in
Oh,
poetry. And but then also you did the balance thing, silence with a voice. I
yeah.
mean, that's
That was all you, Robin. I literally, that was one of the categories. Um, I've never thought of having one of those kind of like sensorial categories being a balance.
mm-hmm,
And that came directly from our workshop. This
yeah,
idea of thinking in terms of like juxtaposition and two things that are countering each other. And I was like, silence calls. Ugh,
yes,
Robin!
absolutely, absolutely. That's so cool. Okay, let's see. Your next one was sprout pokes damp earth, blindly follow warming rays, sun calls, come forth. So you used personification, which is a really big deal in poetry because you are giving how you feel to some little object that we don't really know how it really feels. You know, so
Yeah,
you capitalized sun, which capitalization as an identification purpose is ultra cool. The
yeah,
sun has like a name. I am sun.
yeah,
And sun calls, come forth. You
yeah.
used quotation marks and exclamation points, and these things are never done in haiku. But it is so, um, it's absolutely insists on having it in this haiku.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
So
mean,
those
that
two
was,
things.
again, you were like on my shoulder that whole time. I was like, what would Robin do? And like, she would break the rules here. I knew putting quotations was like breaking the rules, but it was kind of like, yeah, to have that dialogue, I had to have The
You
quotations.
have to know that he or she's son
Yeah.
is saying that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay. So my next one that just blew me away was Ryan. And he did again, he not only did the sibilant sound, which is if you can say a s or an or an oh, a song that you can hold out while a sound that you can hold out while it's in your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
those sounds like link you to other things. And he wrote sandalwood incense, restoring my senses, soothes soul, inner peace. Every line has got this, every line has got that I'm connected to the universe feeling, you know.
Oh,
And and it makes it calming because it pushes one line into the next. So even though you have a 3-line poem, it's one moment, you know. And also incense and sense, putting those two words at the end of each line, end of one line had incense, sandalwood incense, restoring my senses. So to put those two words together is probably no one else in the world would do that. And it's so magical that those two words do that. And Ryan's other one, again, like Rigel's, was balance, big on balance. It was homeless yet smiling,
oh.
depression, optimism, gift of ice water.
Oh.
Gosh, you guys can all unmute. I don't really care if you're.
The air conditioner's going, so you won't be able to. Could you say that last line again for me, please?
I will. I'm going to do the whole thing again.
Okay.
Homeless yet smiling, depression, optimism, gift of ice water. It's like, there's so much balance in there, but the last line pulls it together as to why we are here.
I've only managed to sort of really scratch the surface of a couple of haiku books I've got since the last workshop. They turned out Wednesday. But there's, no matter what theme they seem to be talking about in the classical Japanese sense, or even some of the Western ones I've seen, like by some of the beat writers like Jack Kerouac, there is this, what seems to be a common theme is that they're trying to just distill experience in some way in just a few words. So yeah, so
is the word.
I have a homeless friend, Sam. He lives on the beach, and he's fashioned me a flint out of a plectrum out of flint before, just as a gift. But I had some iced water on me, and he was just so happy to get a bottle, a bottle of water in the hot weather, heat wave we're having.
And that's totally universal. This feeling like most people think, what can I do? How can I help? Most people think that. And also that, what that does also make me think is how I look at something from my point of view, and I think a homeless person is never happy, but you have smiling and optimism in.
No, yeah, I mean, well, he's very much a mix of that. He smiles a lot. He can talk down and depression and the sort of bleakness of his situation, but at the same time, it's mingled with optimistic thoughts. Yeah. Definitely, so he's this like mixture, Yeah,
he's the balance. He's the balance.
Yeah,
it's such a good one. Right. It's such a good one. Okay. Wow. So I have a friend who wrote a haiku for me, and it took him a really long time to do it because he said he wanted to only use 3 words, but he wanted to put it into a 5-7-5 format. So it turned out to be positivity, unconventionality, harmoniousness. So this is something I've also never seen anywhere.
What a compliment. That
What-
that is so beautiful. What a great friend. That is such
I
a
know.
compliment.
I know. But it's so nice. It's just such a I don't know. It's just such an unusual thing too to have one word lines. That's like something
Yeah.
I've never seen it anywhere else. So okay, so there's two more things I wanted to talk about before we do our next exercise. One is internal rhyme, which is not really common, but I see it in books I read about Western people doing haiku. There's more rhyme in more tendency to rhyme, which I think is fine, you know. And so here is one. Little shoot, strong root. Reach up and down for your life there in the garden. So you've got shoot and root in the same line.
Mhm.
So it's not like ending lines of rhyming. And it's also got the balance, the up and the down, which I think is cool. And I'm going to read you one of mine that is very, very weird that really rhymes all the way at the end, full rhyming. The prompt was glitch on the haiku site. Glinda, the good witch, watched her mean sister's feet twitch. No tears for that bitch. So this is just the sound of the word glitch and not even the meaning of the word
Oh
glitch.
my God, no tears for that.
That's so good.
That was like mic drop. That was such a mic drop.
That's getting serious belly chuckles out.
Oh.
It's serious anti-haiku all the way around.
Ah.
Yeah, but so rule breaking. Okay.
Oh man.
All right. Oh, and there's one thing I want to say before we start the thing. Has anyone heard Sarah on the site, her song, Dear Pasha? Does anyone listen to Dear Pasha? It's kind of stunning. She wrote this song when the Ukraine war started, and it's 3 small verses that are like letters to 3 different people in the Ukraine. And one is Pasha, and I can't remember what the other 2 people's names are, but it's just 3 little letters about how hard it is. I'm so sorry, kind of, and that she's sitting in her comfortable situation and their life is upended. And so it's a beautiful song called Dear Pasha, and it's so stayed with me that I wrote a haiku from her song into a haiku, and that's kind of what we're going to do next. We're going to take a song of ours and move it into a haiku.
Oh, cool.
So the song for this haiku for Dear Pasha is, the stars that I see are the same in Pasha's sky without the bombs.
Oh.
So
Wow.
that's basically what I took from her song, was we're in the same world and mine is so safe and hers is so not.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Okay, so here is our exercise. Does everyone have their own pile of songs around them that they can draw a song out of? Okay.
Yeah, I can. I
Okay,
have
so we're going to take one of our songs that we have written, and I think the best way to do this is find one that's less emotion and more imagery. If you have a song that has some imagery in it, doesn't have to be the natural world imagery. It can be anything. It can be, you know, I was walking down the street kind of song, or I fell off my bicycle kind of song. It can be anything, but needs kind of some kind of image in it. So I on purpose did not pick a song of my own yet, so we can all be on the same page. I did not preload this one. I'm going to look in my song. So find a song of your own. And after you find a song of your own, get out your paper and pencil and distill, using Ryan's word, distill an image out of your song. It doesn't have to be the
Could
giant
you
meaning
go
of
over the
the.
rules again? Because it's been two, could go over the rules again one more time for me in terms of what we should be aiming for?
We're aiming for 575 as far
Okay.
as syllables go, but they don't have,
575 is what you said?
yeah. Don't push 575 for the sake of the moment. Let the moment be the moment. It could even be a 353 or something. I mean, it could even be shorter or a little longer. It doesn't really matter, but that's what we're shooting for. And we're going to pull an image out of a song that we wrote, our own song, so we know it intimately. And the moment is what we're going to try to capture in a haiku. If the end of the haiku brings you to the meaning of the song, that's fine too, but we're not going to be able to hear the whole song from each other. We're only going to hear the moment. So we're going to take some time, a few minutes to find a song, pull out an image, and when everyone's ready for that, we'll take another 5 minutes or so to write a haiku with that image. And don't get hung up on timing and wedging syllables into the right
Can I
spot.
just clarify here a bit, Robin?
Sure.
So am I literally taking words from a song and then shortening it into a haiku, or am I generating something new from
You're
those
generating
words?
something new, but it can have to do with the song or meaning or not, but you are pulling an image out. So say
Okay.
your song was about playing guitar in the woods. The image might just be the tree that you saw, or the sunlight on the tree or something. So we're going to pull an image out of a song.
Okay.
And we're going to create a haiku just from one image that is in our song. And you can pull more words out of your song if that helps, but basically we're looking for a moment, one moment inside your song.
Okay.
Okay. Does everyone have a song that they're working from at this point? Okay, great. Okay.
going to let Donna in.
Okay. Hi, Donna.
Hi,
We
late to
are,
the party again, sorry.
that's okay. We are, we've talked, did you watch the other haiku thing by any chance?
You know what? I did not yet.
Okay. We're working with a 5-7-5 format, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables.
Right?
Not written in stone, not to be pushed for the sake of the meaning of the haiku. But
Okay.
what we're doing is taking one of our own songs that we've written and pulling out one image from that song and trying to distill it into a short poem. The poem does not have the burden of trying to describe the entire song. The poem just has the only requirement of the poem is to describe and offer that one small moment in your song.
Okay.
So, and we talked a little bit about punctuation and capitalization and rhyming and alliteration and all those literary devices. That haiku doesn't use a lot of those, but we sometimes go ahead and do it. So we're kind of breaking rules as we go.
Hey, I'll just listen in and you guys carry on and I'll ask questions if I have any.
Okay. So right now we're working for about 5 minutes on this haiku of our
Okay.
pulling an image out of one of our own pieces of writing.
Okay, I'll see if I can find one.
Okay. How we doing? Need another minute or two?
I've got 3 so far.
Oh my goodness.
And I was working on like just a random thing I found in one of my notebooks. It's more like one of my
Oh, that's so great.
stream of consciousness things, but I'm gonna leave that one. But I
Okay.
think that might be able to be mine later.
I think we're just gonna have like a haiku opera coming out of this, like a rock opera, haiku opera.
I was reading up earlier because you know, I was stating an ambition to try and string a load of haikus together into a song.
Mhm.
And I was reading about sort of earlier forms of the haiku, where it was more like a short verse thing. It's not like a full song. It was referred to in a number of ways, but essentially the structure then was 5-7-5-7-7,
Mhm.
and then they would string these together to make a sort of longer piece.
Right, and so
But
the 7-7 would maybe end up being like a bridge or another
yeah,
another
I
chunk
think
of the song. Yeah.
it was presented more like a song or something. When
Yeah.
it was presented, you know, it wasn't really aiming to be poetry, but it was performed, you know, but it's not per se a song in the way we'd understand it, you know.
All right. Robin, how are you coming?
I think I'm there.
Yeah. Okay. Fragile, you feel like you're ready? Okay. Let's see, let's go with Ryan because he's got like 14 of them. So we're just gonna
No, it's only 3.
A head
It's only
start.
3. It's only 3.
Okay, hit us with your first best shot there.
Okay. No preparation. Free from procrastination.
Ah.
Search for songs inception.
Ooh, shun at the end.
Yeah, all shuns.
Ooh.
I mean, I know
Whoa.
that's pretty much a no to rhyme in haiku, but
Okay, please read it one more time.
okay. No preparation. Free from procrastination. Search for songs inception.
Search for songs.
Inception. Sorry, yeah, I did mumble a little there.
Inception. Ooh, okay. Well, there's that long word thing, which is very cool. And the shun and shun. Man, and search for songs inception. The sa. That's really great. I'm impressed. Okay, next. Robin, you want to go?
Yeah, this is based on something I wrote last year. I haven't set it to music yet, but at that point I didn't know how. I was just learning to write. So, you know, not because I'm lazy, it's because I'm talented yet. I haven't been schooled. Can you guys hear me okay with the air conditioning?
I can hear you. Great.
Migrate to pearl throne. Cardinal flies high alone. No age resting home.
Okay. I need you to say it one more time. So I'm trying to write them down as we go.
Yeah. Migrate to pearl throne. Cardinal.
Hold on a second. To
Migrate.
pearl.
You want me to put it in the chat box?
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be great if you guys could do that. Then I wouldn't be quite so distracted.
Yeah, we have technology here.
Yeah,
I am so
sometimes I know how to
old
use it,
school.
sometimes I don't. Hold on.
Okay.
See if I can type.
I'm super slow at typing, and quicker at talking. So I'm going to go with still relaying anything this way.
Migrate to.
Oh, I didn't mean to press send.
Ooh, this is so cool. Migrate to pearl throne.
Okay.
Cardinals fly high alone.
There you go.
Ooh. Wow. I'm really curious as to the song now, the song that this is pulled from.
I can read it to you. It's not a song yet, but I can read it to you if you want to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, I'd love it.
I'm not sure if you can piece together what it is from that. That's just
It's just a moment of it, yeah, but
Yeah, it's just a moment.
yeah. The goal is hopefully by the end of our learning how to pull moments out of our songs, that our songs we'll be able to work
More
on songs
substance,
better and
yeah.
find more like those elusive moments that make you go, oh, I wish I had written that. Those moments that people write, those little phrases that kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the long of it. So the name of the song or lyric is Cardinal, and it's window closed to keep out the cold breeze. He taps at my soul and at my mesh screen. Crimson red and black masked face. A cardinal appears calling my name. Life soon changed. Verse 2. Fingers laced to reach up to white clouds, prayed with a man and then broke down. Holding hands, tears fall at last. You know I love you, you're all I have. You blinked yes. Chorus, fly, 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 time to migrate. There's no age at that resting place. Please don't wait, I'll be okay, but not the same. A cardinal came today. Verse 3. I thought we had more time, but a bird whispered your new light. Feathered wings gently brushed my soul as warmth emerged from cold. On your way. Chorus, fly, 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 time to migrate. There's no age at that resting place. Please don't wait, I'll be okay, but not the same. A cardinal came today. Last verse. Window open to let in the warm breeze. He landed on the still with his tiny clawed feet. Voice so familiar as he sang. He left as quickly as he came. When loved ones are near, cardinals appear. Fly, fly, fly. I'll be okay, but not the same. Fly, fly, fly. Be on your way. Fly, fly, fly. Cardinal came today. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. I didn't know what that was until somebody told me.
Do
So when
you
it,
do you find yourself, because of your name, like migrating toward migrating toward bird
no,
things? I have written so many bird songs.
Oh, no, I haven't, but that's actually kind of interesting. I like that. No, this came, I lost my mom like a year ago in August. And before she passed, a friend had visited me. And I said about a cardinal in my yard. She goes, you know what that means? I said, no, bird's hungry. I don't know what it means. You know? She said, no, that's your mom coming to tell you she's going to leave you. And my friend knew my mom was bad. So it wasn't like she was telling me something awful. She wasn't telling me something I didn't already know. And I had never heard that. It was actually kind of like, I don't know if it's a wives' tale or just a story. And so that is when I wrote this. Like I said, at that point, I was just writing lyrics. Obviously, I had to go back because the verses don't match. Do you know what I'm saying? Things like that. But I thought it'd be good for the haiku because it is a bird and there's so much imagery with a bird. Do you know what I'm saying?
And the symbolism is in there at the last line. You've got the no age resting place. Now you might, or no age resting home. You, of course, know that whole story behind it. But for us, this little last line kind of takes it. It's the bird, and we know there's something else there. We know there's a meaning, there's a reason. We know that because of your last line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't tell the whole story.
No, it doesn't.
And I don't think unless you knew that wives' tale, which I didn't. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody would get it. You know, so it's like a very personal, just personal lyric. Do you know what I'm saying?
When I saw age resting home, I'm thinking of elders immediately.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of elders right away, but I'm also seeing the red bird. So it's really, really good.
That's a symbolic thing.
Yeah, I've heard just the other day, I think it was in the last month, someone had a story just like yours. And I was like, wait, is this the same person? No. They were talking about, someone was telling them, if you see a red cardinal, he was like so touching. It was like a brother telling him, like, if you see a red cardinal, like, it's me telling you goodbye or something like that. And he saw a red cardinal.
And it's not always sad. It's like part of the story is after they pass, they come back, they're coming to check on you. So it's kind of an interesting thing. And I think a lot of people add things to it to kind of make it their own comfort story. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me just tell you, when I heard you reading the lyrics of your song, and you got to that last line in the chorus, like each time I got a lump in my throat. So like I'm when I'm when that happens, when I get like tingles or a lump in my throat when I'm listening to a song, that's like ding ding ding. This is a winner. So
Oh, thanks.
I just
Thanks,
want to
Ryan.
share that with you so you know what's happening in my body while I was listening. Because that can be some good information and encouragement.
It's really weird. I wasn't sure if I wanted to pull it back up because, it's hard sometimes to revisit things. But then I go back and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I can see ways now that it's been a year that I could improve it because I think I've learned a little bit. But thank you for that. That makes me feel a bit better. But I like what what it does is it pulls out the most important message. So one of the things, because it's a very dense song, if I had to go back and pare it down, I think I know what I would pare down based on the haiku. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's so powerful for me is now having just done this exercise, I look back and I go, wow, I'm verbose, I'm dense, you know.
Me too. I can be very, very verbose, and it's really nice to like just, oh, what this can go. This is a non-necessary phrase or a non-necessary article or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Just one little ditching one little sound or one little word can make a line just flow right in, you know.
Yeah. Some more feedback on haiku. Am I using too much more of complete sentence, or should I use in haiku? Do you need to use more
No,
descriptors, or is it more of a personal thing?
it's for me, I love it that the rules are broken, but you don't, it's very good this way. Cardinals Fly High alone, it's an image. It's not like I saw the cardinal fly high, you know, it's
Okay.
an image. So it's beautiful. It's perfect. Okay, we're going to move to Rigel's.
Okay. So this is from a song that I wrote for my sister, who is no longer with us. And I mean, it's been like 15 years. I've been trying to write or avoiding writing a song kind of to remember her. And I finally did. And it's very image heavy. Like the whole song, like you could pull out many haikus. But I'll paste it here into the
Okay.
deal and read it. Okay. So, sundown flashes green, waves crash, rolling pebbles away. I remember you.
This is pretty universal. This is like there is always something that pulls us to that memory.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
flash
I got
of green really tells you in the first line what's going on. I that just immediately is like, wow, something significant just
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, and this is also for people who grew up on the West Coast. This is also an indicator. This is what happens when the sun sets. If you wait for that last little second, it'll flash green, and it's this like magic moment that everyone kind of looks for, and only every once in a while you'll see it. But yeah.
In the
I'm,
Stones,
I'm
the
familiar. I'm
Stones,
familiar with the song that you've picture haiku from it, and that was a really potent image for me. You know, that was in your song. You know, because certain time of day or the way the wind's rustling through the trees or something, or the sunlight comes through the trees or something like that,
Oh
and it
yeah.
can be really evocative of that person's memory, and you've managed to pluck that out. So, yeah, well done.
Thank you.
And just get it in a
very
few
nice.
words, and you've still got that great imagery there.
I
I
think
think
that
the other reason
rolling,
why it resonated with me is because my brother watches the sunset at night, so I knew about the flashing green. But it's interesting that it was also, I mean, it's over the water and how you tied in the pebbles rolling away.
Yeah.
You
That
know
was
what I'm
really
saying? So the first line really told me something significant happened, and then line 2, in the same imagery, it told me what happened. And in so few words too. Dang, Rigel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn to be succinct, you know? And then the
Yeah,
last line is beautiful.
it's a really deep one. For me, the pebbles are the weight of this life, this body, this everything. And the waves are just, this is the motion. This is what keeps happening. It just happens.
Yeah.
And, we really don't get to control.
That's what I
But it
really like about
happens.
haiku. That's what I really like about haiku. It's like you could have the author, right? They've definitely got something in mind while they're writing it, but the effect it has on the reader or the listener,
Oh, yeah.
it's completely open to interpretation.
Yeah.
You know, you can take your own thing from it, like a song. You know, that where what you might be taking from it is completely different from who wrote it.
The
Yeah.
other thing that is, just as I'm looking at this, if you just look at the words individually, waves is almost a wave goodbye. Like I'm
Oh,
seeing other
wow.
imagery in that as well.
Oh,
Not only
Yeah.
is it the water, but it's the waving. As like you said, Robin, the weight is going out. I'm waving at the weight. I'm letting go.
Yeah.
I love that, the personification of the waves. I like that. It's got a
Man.
message or something. I love that.
wow.
You guys.
You
Holy
guys
moly.
are amazing.
Donna, do you have one for us?
Oh, I'll type it in, but it was done really, really fast.
I know you did not get the time or the background
So,
either, but the thing is, they always make it.
They always make it. Just a second here. Where's the chat?
While she's typing it in, I just wanted to say
What?
that where was that? There was this great thing that someone said. Oh, I can't even
I'd love to
remember.
hear you
It's
read
just
it.
about dropping your own self-critic for
Mm,
these, because it's not it's the way that it is presented. It's just, it is what it is. It's a little jewel. It's a
Right.
little gem, or it's a little moment. It has no reason to be.
mm,
It just can be adored.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I'd
Okay.
love to hear you read it, Donna.
Well, it's from a poem that's not yet a song. I've messed with it. It's on the same note as Rigel's. My brother passed away by suicide in
Oh,
1987, and I immediately wrote a poem about it, and I've been sitting on it since then. So I can't remember the whole poem because it's not on this computer, so I can't, but the first 2 verses or stanzas are, alone each night I stop to think about the years gone by, and if I should have just one drink, I soon begin to cry. I miss the things we didn't do, I miss the crying and the laughs, but mostly I miss you. I forgot one of them. So I took those 8 lines, and happiness ever after, crying, fighting, laughter, miss you forever.
Oh, so can I just go to just a looking at it physically? You've
Yeah.
got after, laughter, and forever, and so they rhyme, but they also like pull out at the same way at the end of each one, and it totally connects it to the next one, because we know you've lost somebody. It's one of those ones that's going to make us feel some measure of pain or empathy or sympathy, or something that's important that we know you're going through. And
Right.
but that you pulled each one, that for me anyway, using that sound of after, laughter, and forever, they're so connected. They're so pulled out and connected that it physically it presents so perfectly.
Oh,
to
thank
what you
you.
wanted to say, I think.
I like also how it was, crying, laughter, fighting. It's all elements. It's not just, I miss the good times. It's like, I miss everything. It's like all encompassing, it like pulls everything together.
It's very balanced, yeah. Like that thing where the back and forth thing we were talking about. That's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for
All
sharing
right,
that,
I'm gonna
Donna.
read mine. Mine was from a song I wrote called Cornbread. That kinda has a
Sorry,
Latin
guys.
name.
I can't type. Chip
Mine is
throne.
not about grief. One of my few songs that's not about
When I
grief.
said throne, I just can't type it.
Mine, the chorus to my song is, come buy my cornbread, cornbread, sweet as honey pie. Come buy my cornbread, cornbread, one bite and you'll see why. So that's my chorus. So my haiku is, honey on the bread, broken and shared at table. Isn't life so sweet?
Oh, cute.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
But just a moment, just a little moment. So yeah, oh my goodness. See you guys, look at how amazing these are. Oof. Well, there's another exercise, but we'll never get through it by the time this is over.
Well, what if we do another one with you, Robin?
Okay, well,
And
you know what? I'll give homework for this one and then the next one will go more smoothly. How's that?
yeah,
Do I get to share a screen?
I think so. As a host, you should be able to share a screen.
Mm, Yeah, how do I do that? I need to, it's a, I don't know how, actually, I really don't know how to do it.
Okay, so are you on a computer or
I
a?
see share screen, but I don't know how to get to the piece that I want when I say share screen. It's, oh, there, I bet I can do it now. Now let's try it. So I bring that one up first,
Mhm.
and then I go to share screen.
Share
I
screen,
did learn
and
this
then you
at one
pick.
point in my life. Here it is. This is
Great.
a poem called, can you see it?
Not yet. It's
not yet.
coming. There it is. I see it.
Into the Jewel is the poem. So this poem, what we're going to do is we are going to look at this poem and read it and pick out just a couple words. Now, not an image, just a couple words, maybe up to 3 words in it that resonate with you, and write a haiku centered around those words and try to use at least one of the words in the haiku. This is a little different. And what we're going to do when it's all over, so you'll just take this, you can play with this for a week or whatever. When it's all over, we're going to take our 5 or 6 or however many people show up, haikus, and we're going to put them together in a longer poem.
Ooh.
And
Cool.
eventually, I think we're going to work our way up to a song. But this one is going to just move into a cohesive, like a collaborative haiku.
Cool. Could you do you think you could share this in the event? Like just when you go back to the community, just share it. Yeah, you can just share the text in a post and then like just write what the assignment is.
Okay,
Just to so we can quickly refresh. Um, yeah.
I can do that. So I'll just put it into put it under what, community, or what should I put it under?
So find the event, and probably by the time you go back to the community, if you go to the events page, you'll
Okay.
need to go to like past events because this
Okay.
is now past. It should show up in past event.
Okay.
If it's not, it's still live, and you can just find it there. But go to the past event, and then just in the comments of the event, you know,
It's the poem lyrics and the assignment.
I mean, or you could, yeah, I think that would be the most clear way to do it.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, poem and the assignment, and this is so much fun. I'm gonna be gone all week next week, but I'll be back the following week. So, Robin, you and I can get with each other on timing, but this time is kind of like always set aside for either office hours or something like this. So,
So like Thursday, the 4th.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that would work.
Can I tell you guys, the reason I ended up choosing this poem, I looked through so many books last night for poems with good describe, imagery words and describing words. And my son's name is Huckleberry. And therefore, this one was like, oh my gosh, just popped right out to me. So,
Oh,
Cool.
wonderful. It's beautiful. My sister's name is Meadow. So I immediately saw 2 meadows littered with amethyst, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
yep.
Robin, now you got me thinking about I should be writing more about birds.
Oh my gosh, I've written so many really nice bird songs that I really love. We used to do them with my a cappella trio because we would take 3 parts and just sail away with it,
Yeah.
Yeah, birds.
Birds. Cool.
All right, well, I have no more, and it's 5 minutes ahead of time, but
Perfect.
I really love doing this with you guys.
Yeah, this is so fun. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying how it's kind of just unfolding and leading to the song, and kind of like, we kind of reverse engineered a song, and then I'm looking forward to like then taking a haiku and like engineering a song around that.
Yeah, and that's for me, it's like I'm going to be right to, because the only time I've done that is that song that I wrote that just is haikus. It's like a series of haikus. But to take who was saying this? Was it Ryan? Just to take the distillation. Oh, and also Robin, to like figure out when you're writing a song, what is really important to like focus on musically, like to put your stresses on, to put your heart into that part, and what you can lose that really pulls away. Not lose it because it's too wordy or something necessarily, but lose it because it doesn't add to the important.
Yeah.
The other thing that that makes me think is if what you pull from the haiku is really almost your chorus, right? Because it's the most important part of the song, right? And so that kind of makes me look at things a little bit differently too.
Yeah, I think Shane, and I know Berkeley teaches a course called Writing from the Title, which is like this way to kind of stay with your central concept, but like writing from the haiku is almost even more like there's the mystagogy that's inside the haiku that doesn't necessarily exist in a title by itself. But anyways, lovely.
And that, you know what, Rachel, that is the class that I had with Shane. So yeah, exactly. Maybe he can do something like that. And what is it, Shane Timber or whatever.
Shane Timber, yeah. Yeah. Well, I know what we're doing in Shane Timber. We'll be working with titles and stuff like that. So. But this is emerging. We're like on the cusp of something fresh and like never done before. All right. Well,
I'm just glad this haikus have sort of like got me back in the writing of any form.
Yeah.
At the moment, Yeah.
That's
so I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah.
It makes it easy to write when you don't have a giant song in front of you that you can't seem to find the bridge for, or you can't seem to, these are just moments, and we can write moments.
Hmm. Man.
Do you want to read one of your other three, Ryan, before we go?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Second one. Comfort of a long gone friend. Not sure if it's a beginning. Not sure if it's beginning. I trust to depend.
Oh, trust. Your use of rhyme and stuff, I think yours can move easily into choruses. You use a lot of things that like are weighted at the end, kind of, and I think they would be hooky choruses.
Thank you.
I
Got
loved
one-
how you the middle line where you use the word beginning, and I was just like, oh, end is coming, but then you don't use the word end. You said what was the last line in the haiku?
I trust to depend, but it should be to make it strictly 5. I should have something like show a trust to depend. But
it doesn't. Yeah,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. But,
yeah.
but I loved how you.
That's fine. A trust to depend.
A trust to. Oh no, I was right. Okay,
Good.
yeah.
Go
I'm
with your
second
gut,
guessing
go
myself.
with your feel, yeah.
Yeah. I was counting along as I was going along, so but wasn't sure
I
about that
actually
one. I'm
heard
looking
you
at it.
say a trust to defend. not
Oh,
depend. And so I thought,
Oh, dang it!
I like that.
Whoa!
oh,
Right on.
our brains are so great.
I know. All right. Well, love doing this with you all. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And Robin, if you're okay with it, I'll go ahead and just post that event, and we'll.
Yep, I have it written in. It's in my calendar.
Actually, hey, why don't you attach the assignment to the event?
To the new event?
Yeah. So I'll post a
Okay.
new event, and then you attach the assignment, and we'll be rocking.
Got it.
Okay, everyone. Have a fantastic week.
Until next time.
Till next
Go
time.
Team Haiku.
Team Haiku. All
All
right.
righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.